And I look back on that, and I am so glad that the money that I made from that side hustle, I never spent. I invested it instead, and that choice made all the difference. Because today, that money that we invested from our side hustles has reached over $1 million. Welcome to Smart Life, and on today's video, we got to talk about powerful retirement strategies. This is probably one of the most transparent videos we have ever done. We have shared a lot with you guys, but today, I am going to take you into a real portfolio and show you exactly how money can grow in these accounts. I am also going to talk to you guys about this powerful investment account for anyone that is an entrepreneur or a side hustler. If you have not looked into these accounts, you should seriously do that because the money that you are making with your side hustle, if you invest that money, it could set you free. You could achieve financial independence and retire early. Now, first of all, let us just talk about side hustle money for a minute. Because side hustle money is money that you make outside of your regular 9 to 5. And most people that make side hustle money, they tend to go and blow the money. The more money they make from the side hustle, they tend to do things like go on fancier vacations or buy nicer cars. They make more and they spend more. They are never intentional about the side hustle money that they are making. But the moment they start treating side hustle income like investment capital instead of spending that money, everything changes. That is when side hustle money becomes long-term wealth money. Side hustle money is the secret sauce to achieving financial independence and retiring early. And by investing that money in a specialized retirement account, it can literally make you a multimillionaire. And so today, I am going to show you guys the power of this strategy by taking you into real investment portfolios. I am also going to show you how these accounts recently crossed over $1 million combined. I will share the exact investment strategy we are using, why the one-year returns were over 54%, and how these accounts alone could grow into multi-million-dollar accounts by the time retirement age hits. Because this right here is how side hustle money becomes real wealth. So, before we look deeper into the investment numbers, let us talk first about what exactly this account is. It is called a Simplified Employee Pension Individual Retirement Account, or a SEPIRA. And this retirement account was specifically designed for self-employed people, entrepreneurs, freelancers, consultants, creators, small business owners, and people earning side hustle income. Now, here is where the account gets really powerful. For 2026, contribution limits are the lesser of 25% of your compensation, or $70,000 annually. That is massive. Now, compare that to a traditional individual retirement account or a Roth individual retirement account that only allow you to invest $7,000 to $8,000 annually depending on your age. When you look at this special account compared to those, it allows side hustlers and entrepreneurs to invest dramatically more tax-deferred money. And we love any account that gives us a tax advantage. Tax deferment is an incredible benefit for entrepreneurs. Reducing your taxable income by putting money in these accounts is incredible. The tax code heavily rewards ownership, entrepreneurship, and investing. But it gets a lot better. Here is something else a lot of people do not realize about these accounts. When you have one, it does not mean that you cannot also have other retirement accounts. So, in other words, this account does not replace your other retirement options, it adds to them. That means your side hustle income can create an entirely new bucket of tax advantage investing. For example, someone could potentially have a specialized retirement account, a Roth account, a traditional account, a health savings account, and even a 401k, all working together at the same time to build an incredible nest egg of wealth. And here is something that I really want people to understand. You do not need a huge business to start building wealth with a retirement account. And so, for a lot of people watching this and thinking that this only works if you have a massive corporation, no. If you have any type of self-employed side hustle income, that means rideshare drivers, photographers, content creators, online platform sellers, digital freelancers, real estate agents, or graphic designers, anyone making side hustle money could potentially open up one of these accounts. And so, it does not matter how much money it is. It could be as little as $500 or $5,000 or $50,000. You should be seriously looking at this option. Let me show you just how powerful this can be. So, let us say somebody earns just an extra $500 per month on their side hustle. That is $6,000 per year. Now, imagine consistently investing that money into an account that just gets the average return of the stock market. Year after year, that money is compounding and growing. And if that side hustle income grows over time, the numbers become much larger. That is why entrepreneurship matters so much, not just because of the immediate income, but because of what the income can eventually become. Which brings us to the best part of this video. let us dive straight into the portfolio tracking numbers. This is incredibly exciting. Let us dive straight into it. The first account we will look at has a current balance roughly around $500,000. Now, look at this one-year performance. The investment gains are over $176,000 in 1 year. That is over 54%. Incredible. Now, let us look at the second matching account, which is even more impressive. The current balance is over $520,000, and the 1-year gains are roughly over $184,000 with a rate of return of over 55%. That is incredible. Yes, it truly is. Now, when you combine both of these accounts, that is over $1 million in just these specific retirement accounts. And I say just these retirement accounts because if you want to succeed financially, you need a diverse overall strategy. A diverse strategy works because each account plays a unique role in your investment system. There is a tax advantage and there is an access advantage. There are many reasons why you should maintain multiple investment choices. Each one is a different tool for wealth creation. For example, you can utilize standard company accounts, post-tax options, pre-tax options, health portfolios, and standard taxable brokerage accounts. It is important that you understand that these specialized retirement portfolios are just one part of a comprehensive strategy. But let us dig a little deeper into these accounts and talk about exactly what we are investing in. The strategy relies heavily on a technology-based exchange-traded fund, or a tech ETF. This tech ETF is a fantastic tool, and anyone that has been investing along with a tech-focused strategy has been doing amazingly well lately. But let us talk just briefly about what a tech ETF is all about. A standard information technology ETF holds massive companies like Microsoft, Nvidia, Apple, Broadcom, Oracle, and Cisco. These companies are driving artificial intelligence, semiconductors, cloud computing, and all of that good stuff. Personally, we believe strongly in technology. It is the engine of the stock market right now, and it is going to shape the economy for decades to come. Now let us look back at the portfolio metrics because I want to show you something else that is very powerful unrealized gains. Now you can see in the first account, the unrealized gains are now over $160,000. And if you look at the second account, those gains are over $180,000. This is very important because these types of growth numbers are really what investing is all about. Eventually, your investment returns will start to make more money than the actual contributions that you put into your investment accounts. And that is when wealth building starts to dramatically accelerate. And this is a really important point to emphasize, especially when we talk about future projections. For example, let us say we never invested another dollar into these accounts, and we just left the money in a solid tech ETF and let the market do what it has always done, with a strong tech fund returning 14% annually on average. After about 5 years, a $500,000 balance turns into $1 million. That is crazy. By the time 5 years pass, a massive milestone is reached, but it gets even better. Since these are official retirement accounts, you access that money when you reach retirement age. And so, if that money is left alone until retirement age eligibility, that portfolio grows to close to $4 million. Two matching accounts could easily hold $4 million each by the time retirement age arrives. That is $8 million just in those accounts, and that is if we never invested another single dollar again. The most powerful thing about all of this is that it all started from simple side hustle money. The money that you make outside of your 9-to-5 driving for a platform, completing digital gigs, or selling things online. This is all side hustle money. The money that people would look at and ask how that little project of yours is going. And you can say it is doing great because you are making a little bit of money and investing it. This is how that money goes from a little bit of cash to a whole lot of wealth. Investing is so explosive once the compound interest takes hold. Now, something else that is so important for everyone to understand is that in order for these accounts to start to gain momentum and compound, you have to leave that money alone. That means no panic selling. That means not pulling from these investment accounts like they are your day-to-day bank account or your checking account. That means investing and leaving it there, letting it grow over time. And so that takes discipline and that takes a shift in the mindset of a lot of people. But I know this is something you can do. It is something that most people struggle with initially, but eventually you will be able to wrap your head around the future potential growth of your money. That is the part about investing that so many people fail to take into account. When you leave the money alone, the money starts to work for you. So in other words, do not interrupt the process. And so I hope this video has given you guys a little bit of perspective when it comes to the importance of a side hustle, but also how you use that side hustle money. The side hustle money could be the key to your financial freedom. to your financial independence, and to your early retirement. And I hope that if you are making this money, it does not mean that you are spending more money, but instead investing more money, perhaps into a specialized retirement account to secure your future. If you found this information valuable, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up right now. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss another wealth building guide from Smart Life. Leave a comment below telling me exactly what kind of side hustle strategy you are going to use to fund your long-term investments.